2-block Vanguards are known as Pioneers, DP on Kill Vanguards are known as Chargers, Summoner Vanguards are called Tacticians, and Flag Bearers are known as Standard Bearers. Standard is another word for flag, but it's not a common word to use, so I kinda prefer if they just stuck to a simpler name of calling them Flag Bearers instead. Anti-air snipers are known as Marksmen, AoE snipers are called Artillerymen, low defense priority snipers are called Deadeye, high damage snipers are known as Heavy Shooters, heaviest enemy priority snipers are known as Besiegers, boomstick or shotgun snipers are called Spread Shooters, shockwave snipers or ground-only snipers are called Flingers. I have to say, that makes Rosmontis sounds very cool. Single target casters are called Core Casters, AoE casters are called Splash Casters, single line casters are called Blast Casters, drone casters are also called Mech Accord Casters, charge storing casters are called Mystic Casters, defensive casters are known as Flanks Casters, and chain casters are called Chain Casters. The only subclass right now that is exactly its naming. Healing defenders are known as Guardians, high defense defenders are called Protectors, arts defenders are called Arts Protectors. Why are they called Protectors twice? They could have just used a different name there, but they use the same word of Protector. It kinda causes a bit of confusion here. Enmity defenders that cannot be healed by others are known as Juggernauts. One-block defenders, those that can only restore SP when blocking enemies, are called Duelists. If a defender subclass is going to use the name of Duelist, that means the Duelist guards are not going to be called Duelists and be called something else, so sad for them to lose their name. Single target medics are called Medics. I don't trust this. Why is Kelsit here? Multi-target medics are called Multi-target medics. You know, if they're gonna put the effort to call them multi-target medics, why didn't they just call the medic before this single target medic to make it clearer? Because right now the subclass name of medic is the same as the main class name of medic as well. I think there's some improvement that could have been done here. Large range medics are also called Therapist. I suppose they are called that because they grant their allies resist, but man, that's a really funny name. I need to see a therapist right now. Summoners are called what you think they're called, which is Summoners. Slowers are called Decel-binders. Why did they just call them Slowers instead of using this hard name of Decel-binders? Decel probably comes from the word decelerate, and binders have some sort of similar meaning to slow. But then again, bind means something completely different in game context in Arknights. So I feel like they really overcomplicated the name when they could have stuck with a simple term of Slowers. Debuffers are also known as Hexer. If you check out the meaning of Hexers, Hexers are also called Witchers themselves. Basically someone who can implant curses in someone else. It makes good sense for Shemare, but I'm not quite sure if it tallies together with Premonix cause she's like a priestess herself and she's shaking her jolly good bell to attack the enemies. I mean, that's probably why they didn't call them Witchers and instead they called them Hexers. But Hexer is definitely not an easy term for everyone to understand. I feel that it could have been nicer if they just called them Debuffers instead, cause that's what a lot of people in Arknights Global have been calling them. Shelter supporters are known as Abjurer. I got to say that even after checking the meaning of this word, I still have no idea what it means, so I'm just gonna accept the name without any complete. AoE buffers are known as Bards. Finally, a name that makes good sense because Bards means singers, just like Skadi and Sora. Guards that gains HP for every hit and deals AoE damage are known as Reapers. Guards that charges attack over time and does not block or attack when skill is off are known as Liberators. Support guards are called Instructors. Brawlers are also known as Fighters. Arts guards are called Arts Fighters. I think there's the same problem with the medics here. If they're gonna use the word fighter twice, it's gonna make me think that these two subclasses have some similarities with each other, which the only similarity over here is the fact that they block 1. I feel like it would have been nicer if the Brawlers were called something that is very common, which is Brawlers, and they may not have needed to call Arts Guard Arts Fighters. Fighters doesn't sound like the right word to use here. They could have just called them Arts Guard on its own instead, just like how they call multi-target medics, like not changing the word medic to something else. Duelist guards are called Dreadnoughts. It's a very nice name for them, although I don't know if they're all that dreadful, maybe except for No Alter. Enmity guards, those that cannot be healed by others, are called Musha, which means warrior in Japanese. It's kind of a good enough name for them. Multi-target guards are called Centurion, which is another word for commander. It's a nice enough name that's given to them, although it's gonna make us easily confused with the other enemy that is also called Centurion themselves. Dual strike guards are known as Sword Masters. I get why they're called Sword Masters because most of them over here hold dual blades. But the problem here is that they've got an imposter on their hands, which is Tachanka. Tachanka has a full-on LMG lock and loaded that is able to shoot everyone off. So it's not exactly a sword master over here if you think about it. Unless you're telling me that in the future, they're gonna release a skin that has Tachanka holding 2 swords. But if not, yes, there's something wrong within one of the characters of this subclass. This one is the funniest of all within all of the guards. Range guards are known as the Lords. From now on, you're gonna start calling them Lord Silver Ash, Lord Taunts, Lord Lapland. Move away Lord Tachanka because we have better lords that's within the game of Arknights. If new players come into the game, I can't help but imagine that there'll be some people recommending to them like, oh, you want to have strong operators in your squad? Just build the lords. I mean, I get it. Range guards are definitely very strong, but goodness, please don't do that. I fear hearing this advice going around. AoE specialists, those that have 50% dodge and are less likely to be targeted by enemies, are known as ambushers. Substitute specialists are called doorkeepers. Trapper specialists are known as trap masters. DP consuming specialists are called merchants. Buffing specialists that loses HP over time are called geeks. Fast redeploys are known as executors, not to be confused with the sniper executor itself. Pullers are known as hook masters, and pushers are called push strokers. What? Why would you call them push stroker?